The story of precious stones, diamonds, emeralds, rubies, and sapphires has been told often. Most of us are aware of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Blood diamonds from the Congo, conflict emeralds from Colombia, blood ruby from Burma, are globally recognized challenges within the gemstone industry. But little is known and told of the colored gemstones that adorn our day-to-day jewelry, from brilliant blue tanzanites, tourmalines that reflect the yellows, oranges, and greens of African sunsets, and blushing pink rhodolite garnets. And even far less is told of the gemstone miners. And even far less is told of the gemstone miners that go to life-threatening extremes to mine these beauties. 6 years ago, I jumped into my first mine, which was about a 5-minute walk from my grandfather's house. And 6 years ago, a stone named Color Change Garnet romanced me into the world of precious mining stones and in the iniquities of value that exist in the industry. Allow me to take you on a safari close to the heartland of the Tsavo National Park, home of the mighty red elephant, to a place called Taita Taveta that is known to have a wealth of colored gemstones, the most famous being the Tsavorite green garnet. The journey of a colored gemstone can be an eccentric and interesting thing. What can start off as an innocuous rural activity, such as digging for a pit latrine, can lead to the discovery of a seam of precious stones and a rush of mining activities that'll make millionaires of some and paupers of others. Once a gemstone seam is found, some of the miners who roam the lands looking for mineral-rich areas will settle in and look and start mining, sometimes for months on end with limited access to water, in hot temperatures, threatened by wild animals, and in some cases with crude manual tools and low financial capital. Once a colored gemstone pocket is found, there's usually a broker waiting to buy the stones, sometimes at exploitatively low prices, and using questionable tactics such as plying the miner with intoxicating substances to reduce his negotiating capacity. The broker will then take the stone to the nearest main town, and there he'll sell it to a dealer who may have connections in Europe, America, or Asia. 2 years ago, a community of miners came together with a goal to mine in a unified manner, with political goodwill, assistance from a government parastatal arm, and the power of pooled investment. The efforts to mine Tsavorite green garnet changed the lives of many miners and provided a source of income for over 2,000 residents in this area, something that wouldn't have happened with a large-scale mine. And while there's plenty of positive good things happening on the ground, there's still work to be done. But artisanal and small-scale miners go through a number of challenges, the main three being access to finance for more responsible and efficient mining operations, access to markets to get fair value for the minerals, and knowledge and capacity to be able to value add to the mined products. The global colored gemstone industry is valued at about $10 billion a year. And while artisanal and small-scale miners produce over 80% of the global output, they and the producing countries rarely get to see a commensurate percentage of the colored gemstone value. To try and change things from the ground up, I founded a social enterprise called Thamani, which is a Swahili word meaning value. We work with stakeholders in the industry to create an enabling environment through addressing the mining policy and regulatory frameworks, sensitizing artisanal miners on the value chain, as well as sourcing for accessible and ethically driven markets for the colored gemstones. While this story is a bit challenging, if most of us questioned the provenance of the colored gemstones on the jewelry that we wear, this would encourage more jewelers, more wholesalers, gemstone buyers to be conscious and responsible in the interactions that they have with the supply chain. And this will hopefully lead to a greater value of the benefit of the chain, a greater value of the colored gemstones going back to the miners who are mining this beautiful colored gemstones. Thank you.